has been spent on this project called Smart Dolls. So dolls are like really kind of cute, and I fell in love with this like brand by a company called Vox in Japan, and the dolls are like really nice, and I really wanted to make my own. And so with the advancement of 3D printing technology, I was able to do that. And today I'd like to talk about how we develop a smart doll. So a lot of you know that at the beginning I put lots of effort into promoting the automated version, the robot version over here. So here she is idling away. And it's not just robots. It does more than just move around. It's basically designed to integrate with your life, and it does things like lets you know about your Twitter, Facebook, your mail, your calendar notifications. Teach you Japanese. You know, you've got no time to learn Japanese. So when you go home, she'll welcome you home and she'll like start talking to you, like teaching you Japanese. And there are going to be downloadable additions from Google Play, different like motions, voices, attack moves, and so on and so on. And after using up all those attack moves, you can unlock new attack moves. And most importantly, there's like no need to be runnery anymore. Can you not read that? Yeah, no more runnery. So if you are very runnery, you can have the smart doll at home, and you don't need to go out ever again. So, and what we wanted to do is to replace your smartphone. So in the future, everyone is going to be out. Do you have trains in Malaysia? Yeah, you do. You have trains in Malaysia. Like, everyone's on a train, like just like doing this, right? So in the future, what you'll be doing is like this. And when someone gives you a call, it'll be like this. Yep. Okay. So that is that's the future, and hopefully within 2 years. Give me 2 years, and I'll make that happen. So this is one of the first designs of the actual insides of the smart doll. This is the robotic version over here, and it's Android powered by Android. So the interesting thing about the automated version was that it actually started off as an April Fool's. So I was going to do the normal version, the normal frame version. And for April Fool's, I said, okay, let's make it so that our dolls is, let's make them Terminators. And we started to do some CG graphics. But those CG graphics were rendered in such a way that it looked pretty realistic. And this is what we came up with. When I posted them on the internet, lots of the Japanese robotic industry, they became very interested in it. And so I managed to contact a few of them. And a few months later, we came up with the Mark 1 over here. And we posted a motion video, which is currently on the internet. And so the Mark 1 was basically a proof of concept to see whether we could put these small motors into, they call it the outer shell. And you know, things went quite well. And so the Mark 2, it was ready it's actually ready last Sunday. And this is what it looks like right now. So this is more geared towards mass production, whereas the Mark 1 wasn't. Now because the limbs are so thin, we've had to develop our own servo motors as well. And so our own servo motors, our own cogs, and so on and so on. And this is how the motion is programmed. So you attach her by USB to your Mac or whatever, and you do the motions, and that's like saved into the motherboard inside of here. So I'm currently working with this guy over here, Reo Matsumura. So what Reo does, he actually works on robots which are in space. And so in the US they have NASA, but in Japan they have JAXA, and he's worked on some robots which is currently in space right now. And that's this little guy over here. It's called Kibo Robot. This little guy over here. So now that you know he's working on my robots, you know where Mirai is going to eventually end up being. So, we're going to have a live demo. So, I must mention that there's like lots of challenges making something like this. First of all, making servo motors to like withstand the weight of the arms and the legs and so on and so on. It's very challenging indeed. So, a lot of the parts inside here are 3D printed, which means the cogs, they've got a little gap inside them. And sometimes there would be, they call it a lashback. So it looked like she's like shaking, but please don't let that scare you. Yeah, she's kind of nervous as well. So I control her via my Android over here, or 5. Did I just read out my password? I did I? Okay, let's see if she's connected. Okay, so I've got a few moves over here. So I control her via this, looks kind of like a PlayStation joypad over here. And let's have a look. So again, if she does a lashback, just please don't be scared. She's probably had too much Red Bull. Let's have a look. Alright, what's she going to do for us next? So she's on a looping cycle right now. So that's a, I guess that's a wave. Okay. Okay. And what's this in here? Square. Let's see what she does. I can't remember what these buttons do. So we can do for us with our channel. That's a stretch. Okay. And up and a triangle. So we didn't manage to do as many motions as I would have liked. This is, she's like a disapproval, I guess. Okay. So you notice when her hand goes up, it kind of like trembles a little bit. So that's called backlash. Let's try up and square. This move is a bit strange, actually.
Oi.
It's like the Bon Odori in Japan. Okay. And I think there's some other moves, but I can't quite remember. There's one where she like bows down. Is it this one over here? Oh, there you go. Alright. So you can like play with Mirai like this, okay? Mirai-chan, is Danny a hentai? Tell me. Is Danny hentai? No, I'm not, am I? No, I'm not. Okay. Right, I think there's, what else? What does this do? Circle. Oh, she stopped. I think she's given up. She's too tired. Okay, what else is there? Okay, we're not going to do too much for today. We're just going to have one last wave. I say goodbye to everyone. Right, John? Bye. Right, so that was the first time I showed that in public ever. And so her legs, there's actually motors in her legs over here, and in this idle mode, her legs are supposed to like swing back and forth, but they burnt out. And one of the challenges with developing something like this is because the motors are like completely covered by this outer shell, so you can't see when the motors like goes too far. And then what happens? It locks, and it's just like it burns out basically. But anyway, so the plan is to have this on display at the Wonder Festival in Japan this February, and hopefully by the end of this year we'll be very close to a mass production version. Alright, so the automatic version still very much TBA, but the standard frame version is going to be as early as March, and that's what I'd like to talk about today. This is quite an interesting process. So, Mirai-chan, so there's lots of, they call this like hobby stuff. While lots of this is made outside of Japan, I've decided to see how far we can do it in Japan at a reasonable price. So I've wanted to like make dolls for like quite a few number of years now, and I've been searching for like a sculptor. So they're traditionally sculpted out of like sculpies, like some sort of clay. And I've never been able to find somebody who could like make something to what I envisioned. So I remember like many moons ago, I actually dabbled around in some 3D. So this is something I made in 3D Max many moons ago, and this is something I made. It's probably one of my first models, which looks kind of like embarrassing to look at right now. And so right now I still have all those skills, and while I don't do too much modeling right now, I work with lots of other people who work with like software applications like Maya, ZBrush, 3D Max, and so on and so on. So everything is actually designed in 3D. I was told I'd get in trouble if I don't put that there. So everything's designed in 3D, and because 3D printers are much more available to us, we've printed all the parts on a 3D printer. So this was 1 year ago, and just before I came to Malaysia, we've received our own 3D printer, which is in our office right now. So this is what it looks like. You can attach it to a Mac, you can attach it to a Windows machine, and you just want to pour in some resin, like so. Alright, and then the orange case, that basically keeps light outside of the box. Because when you expose it to light, then it starts to solidify, it starts to harden. And that's what it does. You pour in the resin, and you close the lid, and then there's this laser at the bottom, it shoots at the resin, and it's kind of like very mesmerizing to look at, and it slowly starts to solidify. And then a few hours later on, you've got something which is stuck towards the top of the platform. And this is what it looks like. And all you need to do is scrape it off the platform, and then you have like two hands for the smart draw. So this is kind of like cool because you can print pretty much anything. I mean, if you are a Gundam fan, you can like build your own like gun parts and armor. I want to print my own like glasses, my own glass frames, and so on and so on. So what we do next after we've printed these parts out on our printer, we make a clone of it, and we stick it in a little container, pour in some silicone, the silicone solidifies, and you cut out the 3D printed parts, and you end up with something like this. Then what you do is you pour in some wax, and when you pour in some wax, the wax solidifies, and then you come up with a wax clone, just like this. Then what you do, you spray it with a conductive coat, and you dip into a tank, and this is what's known as electroplating, where lots of copper sticks to that conductive material. And then maybe a few days later, you end up with a mold like this. So this is after you've melted the wax from the inside. Then what you do is you stick those molds onto, they call it a fry pan, and you pour in the resin, and you bake it to very high temperatures. And once it's cooled down just a little bit, you pull it out, so this is a different part, and then you end up with a hand like this. And so now we're pretty much ready for the mass production of the outer shell. In Japanese it's known as gaiki. And then, so lots of these parts have lots of flash left over, so we need to like just cut off the flash. So when I announced Smart Doll back in, I think it was April or so, many people complained that the bust was too large. So I thought I would listen to my comrades and make smaller sizes. So we've got like bust sizes for all anime fans, and I mean, if you notice, I'm sure you notice this by now, like any like anime you watch, there's always like small, medium, large, and small, large, medium, small, lolly. So we've got sizes for everybody. And so Oppai is actually serious business. We've got like 5 grown men, just like exactly like Oppai like this. Great. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the face masks. So what happens next is the faces need to be painted. And if we done that by hand, they would all look very different, and each one would take like over an hour, and then that's just not too good. So we make face masks, just like this. So this face mask is actually put onto the head, and it's sprayed. And we have 9 different masks over here, and each mask represents maybe the eyebrows, maybe the mouth, the cheeks, the blushes, and so on and so on. And that enables us to paint these heads much more faster. So each one may take about 10 minutes or so. And that's it, looking quite, not too bad for a first attempt, I'd say, quite cute. Alright, next up, we're off to Korea, and that's where the wigs are made. So there's quite a large doll market in Korea. They have like doll cafes and lots of doll shops and so on and so on. So I was actually over there a week ago, yeah, probably about a week ago, to look at how they make wigs. And so they get lots of this, I forgot to ask what it is, I'm guessing it's like some sort of nylon. And they've got like these 3 machines like attached to each other. And they've got this fan which blows the hair away. And they just sort of stitch it, like so. And once that's done, you probably can't see here, there's a little cap over here. So that cap goes onto the doll's head. And they stitch this hair on. Once that's done, all the hair is like sticking up and looking like a mad woman. So what they do is they've got this, you can't quite see it, there's a steam coming out from here. They steam the head and they comb it down, and the wig is complete basically. So for Mirai-chan's case, they do the plaits afterwards, and this is what it looks like so far. Very nice indeed. Alright, the thing that has plagued me for a very long time was the development of this clip. And I had like no idea how to like stick it to the head, and wasn't too sure I was going to actually get it out for the launch. So again, we made this in 3D, printed it out on a 3D printer. Let's try this hair clip, it looked really bad, and it would like normally snap off. And so we decided to put, like, the bigger the hurdles will be, and the harder you shall fall. And I think, it makes sense because your goals are big. If you've got like small goals, your goals are going to be small and you're going to be able to like do them really easily. But if you're trying to do something really big, then you're going to come up with lots of different hurdles. So I have constant disappointments. Constant. So right now I'm working on like all different aspects of the production. So there's like everything, there's the clothes, there's the frames, the eyes, the clips, the type of motion, the wigs, the eyes makeup, and there's like just so much room for disappointment. So I work with lots of different vendors, and they come back with me, and something is not quite as I envisioned it, and it's like, but it's like once that happens again and again and again, it becomes increasingly easy to like just give up. It's like, okay, just forget about it. Let's just drop it. It becomes like so easy to do that. And obviously, if I did do that, then she wouldn't be sitting here today. So I think it's very important. Once you have like a very big goal, you're going to have like lots of constant disappointments, and it's just something you need to like deal with basically. So the very important thing is to don't let those disappointments get you down, but treat them as a learning experience. What's next? No, okay. Backstabbing. In life, we need to learn. We need to learn to trust people. We just couldn't do anything if we didn't trust people. I mean, just imagine walking down the street. If you didn't trust anyone, you'd be like just looking back behind you like all the time and looking in front of you, and I'm sure that will like drive you crazy. So working with many different people on a project like this, I need to like learn to trust people. But I'm sure many of you out here have experienced it. Once in a while you get stabbed in your back, and it's not a pleasant experience at all. But it's just the way things are. And out of like really 10 nice people you meet, one is going to like stab you in the back, and it's just something you need to like learn to deal with. But the important thing here is that if you didn't trust anybody to work with, then you wouldn't, your project wouldn't get off the ground, and you wouldn't get to your goal. What's next? So many unknowns. So once you have like a big goal, there's like so many unknowns. So like long time ago, when I was back in the UK, I wanted to live in. I knew I wanted to live and work in Japan. It's like, how am I going to do that? There's just so much unknowns, and it's like with so much unknowns in front of you, it's like just so easy to give up, because you know what your goal is, but you just can't see it at all because you just don't know what's going on. But the thing is to do something. As long as you do something, you're going to gain some sort of experience which can bring you closer to your goal rather than sitting down and doing nothing at all. If you did nothing, that will lead to nothing. Doing something leads to something, whether it's a learning or failure or so on and so on. Alright, 4 things we waste time on. I call these the 4 W's. So as I was working on the Smart Door and various projects this year, I realized that I used to waste time on a few things, and I think maybe some of you waste your time doing some of these things as well. Worrying. So I used to tell you the truth, I used to worry about lots of different things. And I realized how much I worried when we done a Culture Japan convention, which is our first convention in Penang. And there was a very small team of us doing this, and there was so many things to worry about. It's like ticketing and sales, security, sponsors, the VIP room. We put the VIP room location on the map, all right, which was very interesting. And there's just so many things to worry about. And I'm working on this project as well. After worrying, I found out that probably about 95% of the things which I worried about just didn't come true anyway. So if you think about the things which you worried about in the past, you will start to realize that most of the time you end up worrying about nothing. And when you spend time worrying about stuff, that takes time away from you doing stuff to get to your goals. So worrying, just don't worry about it. Waiting for the right timing. So there's never the right time to do lots of things in life. There's never a right time to get married or have kids or buy a house, or there's just never the right timing. The right time is probably right now. Once you've decided that you want to do something, try to do it as soon as possible, because there's never ever the right timing. What's next? Wrecking vengeance. It's actually supposed to be revenge, but I want it to be 4 W's, so I put wrecking vengeance. Okay. So I get trolled a lot, I get trolled, and I have my fair share of trolls. And if I spend time retaliating against my trolls, that's going to take precious time away from me to do the stuff which I need to get to my goals. So if you've got people trolling you at school or at work and so on, the best thing is to not retaliate or wreak vengeance. The best thing is to continue doing what you do, basically. Because once your trolls see you succeed, that's the best form of revenge that you can give anybody at all. Because they hate seeing you do well. Whining. So I complain. I used to complain. I try not to complain as much as I do. So we're staying in a hotel right now, and the toilet is leaking, and it's water everywhere. To get to the bath, you have to swim to the bath to get there. And but it's okay. It's absolutely okay. And rather than spend time just complaining about first world problems, all right, like this one over here. Did you get that? You don't get that, do you? Did you get that? Did you get that? I was laughing my head off when I saw this. You don't get it, do you? All right, okay. So this is a first world problem. This is a problem that people have in the first world. She wants to eat, she wants to watch TV, but when she's munching on chips, you get that cracking noise, right? You can't hear the TV. Sorry, it's an English joke. But anyway, so whenever you find yourself complaining about your third world problems, just remember, it's absolutely nothing compared to some of the problems that people faced in the third world. All right. Seek your purpose. So this is something, so when I'm at my booth, signing stuff, or CJ night, I get lots of folks talk to me. They don't really know what to do in life. And so I came up with maybe some sort of way which may help you decide exactly what you want to be doing in life. And so these are some sort of questions, what's the purpose of existence? Why do you wake up each day? why did you spend like 5 hours like cramming for the exam? So what I did very recently was to question every little thing that I'd done. So when I woke up, when I done this, when I done that, I asked myself, exactly why was I doing these things? And then you ask yourself, are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for others? Would it matter if what you're doing, if people actually got to see it or not? And then I found the purpose to what I feel is the purpose to my existence. So even if no one bought this, I wouldn't care at all, because I discovered that I really love making things. And even if no one bought it, I'd make it, and then there would be on the train every day, sitting in the corner, like doing this. So that's what I find I love doing. I really love creating things, and I do that in a place which I love, which is in Japan over here. So this is my wife and I in Harajuku. So that's one of the great things about Comic Fiesta. It's a place which really helps creative people showcase their work. So we have the many different booths over here, the doujin booths, lots of cosplayers, and there's lots of creativity going on here. And I think that Comic Fiesta is a fantastic place to let people actually do that. So you may notice that this year I'm sure there's twice more people than last year. And if you really love Comic Fiesta, they've been running for quite a while. I think they may need some of your help from time to time. So I attend anime conferences around the world, like Anime Expo and so on and so on. And lots of these events are fan-driven. So if you feel that maybe you want to volunteer next time at a Comic Fiesta, maybe just keep your eye on the Comic Fiesta Facebook, and they'll give you details of how you can volunteer next year, so that we can keep this most awesome event running at such an efficient pace. All right, nearly finished. I've got 5 minutes. I've got time to do my blatant advertising. Have I got time for blatant advertising again? All right. So I've got a booth, which is, I think it's somewhere down there. And this is what it looked like yesterday. And we've got some goodies on sale, but it's pretty much all gone actually. So but thank you very much anyway. We've got a Culture Japan Night. So this is an event that we do to mingle around with like-minded folks, and this is going to be in, I can't read that, Aloft Kuala Lumpur Central Grand Ballroom, December 23rd from 2 p.m. So it's Aloft Kuala Lumpur Central, and if you're wearing a Mirai t-shirt, it's free to get in, and anyone who came to watch my talk at Comic Fiesta, which is all of you guys, you can get in for free as well, so just let them know. And we've got a poster of one of my lollies, one of my other characters. Chitose Shirasa got a poster, and that's going to be on sale. And we now have a CJ Knight t-shirt with Mirai Water. We're just going to call this many different things, like Mirai Milk or Mirai Sweat, but Mirai Water sounded safe to drink. And we'll be having these, giving away these for free at CJ Knight. Free touch and go. Where's my touch and goes? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What's this? I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this. All right. So I actually injured some people at Culture Japan Con, and I nearly got killed. So what I've done was I ran off the stage like this, and lots of people, they tried to kill me for these. They just didn't care about me at all, and they tried to kill me. So I think that'll probably be the same case again. So I want to give these out, and I've got 3 minutes. So we've got an app on the App Store. It's called Miracle 3. It's free, no spyware. All right. I don't care what you do in your spare time. and or where you go. So, which means I'm not spying on you, right? So, Mirai Book 3, you can download it for free, and you can take pictures with Mirai like this, over here. And this is like 2 photos which people have posted on the internet. So, all you need to do is download Mirai Book 3 for your iPhone or Android, and post a picture like this. It comes with a hashtag, but then I'll choose some people at random, and then I'll give you some of these touch and goes over here. So I heard some of you booing and hissing me at me just now, so there you go. Alright, so I've got a few of these. I promised to give them out, but what you need to do is Mirai Book 3. Alright, just post them up on Twitter or Facebook. I'll find you, and then I'll pick someone random. I'll contact you for your mailing address, and then we'll give you some of these touch and goes. So unfortunately, because with Smart Doll, I didn't get time to produce enough touch and goes, but we'll be having Culture Japan Con 2 probably in the summer, and we hope to print maybe 10,000 pieces or whatever, and we'll make them available to everyone afterwards. Alright, with that, I think that's about it. I've got 1 minute. I've got someone like looking at me, like waving at me. What is he going to say? Oh, okay, alright. So, thank you very much for having me at Comic Fiesta again. I'm going to be, thank you. So I'm going to be spending time at my booth over there. If you want to come out, have a chit chat, please feel free to come up and say hello. We can do photos, signing, or whatever. And I'll be at Culture Japan Night from 2 to 8 p.m. at that place which I mentioned. And if we finish early enough, then we'll all go to the pavilion or somewhere like food court and have some food. But I can't pay for all of you, so hope to get a chance to speak to all of you. And thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Alright, thank you very much, Daddy.
Thank you.
I'm not happy. Daddy throw stuff.